welcome back, comrades. This is Gaming with Austin for episode 111 of Utopian Community Series. Here we are. Let's get things rolling. Oops. Get things rolling. Mom? What? Thought my mom was talking to me. Well, back to the game. The continent of Oceania in 1984 has similarities to both Stalinist Russia and Nazi Germany. Here we are. Big Brother has a lot in common with both Hitler and Stalin. Just popping my knuckles, that's all. That's all I was doing. If Singapore stayed a dictatorship, not only would they flog the shit out of students who do something wrong, they'd be under constant surveillance to make sure political dissidents, like in the fascist country in my novel, in my story. There'd be references to 1984 by George Orwell. In a totalitarian country, for the school principals, they'd be required to wear a camera with them at all times. Students who know about the camera they'd be slapped with persecution. In the prison camps, oftentimes with the prisoners, they'd often either be lured into the gas chambers by tricking them into thinking they're taking a shower when in fact the shower rooms were actually gas chambers in disguise. Which, by the way, which is what Hitler did to kill so many people. Lure them into the gas chamber. totalitarian country in my novel. The ruling party in the totalitarian country like its ideology would be similar to those of Stalinism and Nazism, along with Chuche, which is the state ideology of North Korea. This looks good. Glowstone, don't forget. Whenever students walk down the halls of the school in a totalitarian country, there'd be gigantic screens. Some of the inspiration for the story would be from 1984. classrooms, the reason there would be security cameras is to protect the students and the teachers. It'd be done to protect the students and the teachers. A reference to 1984 is this. There's this episode on The Simpsons in which Lisa was a school bus monitor. That is a reference to 1984's Big Brother. A story about, it'd be about the rise of the Fourth Reich. And the events after that, like the Second American Revolution. The mass surveillance in the totalitarian country would reference 1984. The dictator would loosely be based off of Big Brother. Like, it'd be... In a totalitarian country, oftentimes people with medical conditions would often be... Sadly, they'd often be left to die. Because they're not loyal enough... Like, they'd have rigorous requirements for health care. Everybody... There'd be... The requirements to pay for health care would be ridiculous. It'd be so fucking absurd. It'd be really absurd. Like, your cost of living would depend on where you're placed. Your salary would be, like in the novel, would be dependent on where you're placed in the hierarchy. there'd be a censorship in the totalitarian country would be really pervasive. They wouldn't just go for book burning. Just like Nazis. Like, their ideology would be a combination of Chuche, National Bolshevism, Stalinism, and Nazism. And with the dictator, the Great Purges from the dictator would be similar to that of Stalin's Great Purges. Except who would end up getting killed? One of their ideologies in the totalitarian country it wouldn't just be about mass surveillance. Like, it'd be a combination of Chuche, Nazbol, Nazism, Stalinism. One of their ideologies in the ruling party it'd have elements of National Socialism, Stalinism, Chuche, If there was a Wikipedia article of me on the internet, I'd be part of the anti-Stalin. I'd be a figure in the classified as a figure in the anti-Stalinist left. And also animal rights activism. The reason, in the fascist, totalitarian country, the reason why the rich will not give to the poor, it would be that they would be too scared to. Like, they'd fear really harsh punishment if they did. They'd fear really harsh, brutally harsh punishment if they did. In the novel. It'd be subject to the Great Purge. Union leaders would be purged from the country through the use of death camps. They'd use death camps. It'd be a similar concept to the gulags. The Union leaders would be victims of the Great Purge. The protagonist would be a communist rebel trying to stop the Great Purge and trying to rescue all the Union leaders. How many people would end up dying in the dictator's Great Purge? About 10 million people would end up dead in the Great Purge. Religious figures would also be subject to great purges, too. Who would suffer as a result of the Great Purge? It wouldn't just be Union leaders that would suffer. Socialists, liberals, and communists would suffer as a result of the Great Purge. Just popping my knuckles, that's all. totalitarian country, even the government elites would be watched constantly. In the totalitarian country, my novel, parents would actually have the right to kill their children if they did something wrong. This is the totalitarian country scenario in my story. Not only the government would decide your working conditions, but they'd even decide your living conditions, too. Anyways, this is it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video, a dislike if you disliked it, subs if you loved it, and as always, thank you for more. Share this with your comrades on social media, and as always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, and peace out.